Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a bit of Empire Total War. As you can see, we're kicking it off just a little bit after I last left off, about a turn, and we're busy on our conquest of the world, or whatever it happens to be, starting with, of course, Poland, because that is just the thing that you do. What we're going to do this turn is probably try and mostly consolidate our sort of army and our position, since we took Warsaw last episode. I think that's the last thing I showed you. And we're trying to control it, and it's just really freaking unhappy. You can just see how ridiculously unhappy they are here. One of the things we can do is we can upgrade this to a Royal Observatory. That will make them a little bit happier. We can go over here and take over Gdansk, which we're going to go ahead and do. Really... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that over next turn, I guess. But for now, that's okay. That leaves Breslau Silesia without any garrison. We're a little bit worried about the Prussians, that they might be up to something, but for now, let's just go ahead and garrison the town. And maybe we can snipe off these guys before they can go and reinforce their army there. The problem is our army here got completely freaking trashed and is in a sort of consolidation phase, trying to get back into strength. Now what we could theoretically do is just take our general here, and we can use him to go besiege Gdansk, West Prussia, because he moves faster than an infantry unit, and that would let us take over the city, relatively easy peasy. We wouldn't be able to control it or keep it happy the turn after, but that's fine, so we're probably going to go ahead and do that. Let's just take a quick look at our technology here. As you can see in Krakow, we can't finish the upgrade of our plug bayonet or our ring bayonet because our people are revolting, the disgusting plebeians, and that's just a shame. So we're going to have to worry about that a little bit later, but for now let's spend a little bit more of our money. Let's just upgrade these to governor's residencies, since that'll sort of make our empire look a little bit more uniform and a little bit more proper, because that sort of thing is very important for me. I'm very vain. Let's go ahead and grab our general here. He's only got a 10-man unit left, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful that he doesn't get sniped by those Uhlans. Our opponent here has got mostly pikemen. We've got a good amount of line infantry mixed with Pandora's irregulars, so we should be okay here. Just as long as my general doesn't get terribly murdered before the actual battle is joined. Now, our opponent is relying very heavily on citizen militia here, so this should be a very easy cakewalk, but those pikes can do a good number on Austrian line infantry, just because of the poor quality of Austrian line infantry in particular, so we're going to have to be a bit careful about that. Now, if we do manage to fix bayonets, we can probably charge in and beat them infantry to infantry, just because we've got slightly superior numbers and the better morale from our general. But on the other hand, you know, it's not something I really want to risk. I want to make sure I get good shots off in a good position before that I have to commit to that. Hopefully that's what will happen, but honestly, you never know what's going to happen in this game. This is a lot of effort to take Gdansk, because it's a really bad province. There's not a whole lot here. Okay, so let's flee our general back as far as we are allowed to. Looks like this line here. Okay, end deployment. Reinforcements have arrived. Ah, crap, that's a long way off. Okay. Run him over here. Where's our infantry coming in? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to start lining our infantry up, and we're going to start sweeping in through these firelock armed citizenry, because they're absolute shit. If we get in a fight in the forest, though, that could be a little bit awkward. Can do an awful lot to sort of screw with your line of sight and fire. Okay, let's get these units ready to go, though. Got enough guys on board that I don't think we're going to have to worry about our general anymore. I've been using my Pandoras as a sort of skirmishing force, but I think they've been taking too many friendly fire casualties, so I'm going to use them as a flanking force this battle. See how that works out for me. And this is going to take a while to set up, I suspect, so let's actually skip ahead until the actual battle is joined. Okay, and welcome back. As you can see, we're just about in range here. Our Pandoras along our flanks are going to be the ones who are going to sort of get those first shots off. We should be seeing a little bit of fire from our lines pretty shortly. We're going to engage mostly on our left flank first, and then we're going to see how he reacts, and if we can, we're going to either roll into the right, or we're going to pick apart his left flank using our superior forces over here, and then we're going to roll the left flank across. So that's sort of the plan of engagement so far here. I can move a little bit forward with my entire army, I think. Yeah, let's move up a little bit forward here. Okay, and now we should be in range on this flank. And yeah, the combination of Pandora's firing with the 6th over here firing away, this should be able to wipe out those Firelock armed citizenry pretty easily. I don't know if he's in range to fire back or what's going on there, but let's see what happens here. We should be firing at him. Got a pretty good line of fire too. Hello? Hello, guys? Interesting. So apparently it was just the one unit that was toggled off of fire at will somehow. Okay, let's retreat back here. I want these guys to get drawn into range of the regiment of foot over there. And this is sort of what you can do with skirmishers in their superior range. Already killed 10 of them too. It's a pretty good job. There's no way you guys are in range without my guys being in range. Okay, let's retreat back again. Okay, good. I think he's walked in range of our unit. Perfect. And the way he's engaging, we'll be able to sort of roll across his left flank. Looks like 1 or 2 units at a time. Engaging them piecemeal. Let's try and keep us sort of on our toes on one side, but it looks like they're not really planning on fully committing to an attack against our superior forces here. I've already lost 4 or 5 of our line infantry. They've lost almost 20 of their guys, so got a decent line of fire here. Now, one of the things to note, Empire Total War is very slow, so this is pretty much to be expected here. Come on, hustle up, guys. And now we're going to move these guys to get a slightly better angle. I'm not happy with the results my fire's been getting. I like these guys, their little hoods here. It's kind of funny. Alright, fire away, boys. Yeah, these are better shots. Okay. If ever in doubt while playing this game, just sort of zoom in, go over the shoulder of your units, get a good look to see how the terrain looks, and if it looks like the shot sort of is heading towards some sort of rock or whatever, you know, probably want to adjust the sighting there. I already took out 8 of that other unit. Let's see here, I want to get 2 of you guys. Where's the, oh, there we go. Alright. There we go. In a good position again. Yeah, good shots. Alright, so this is going to take a while since it's, again, as I said, a fairly slow game by contrast to other Total Wars, or other games in general, I suppose, but I don't know, I quite like it. Okay, this is going to be kind of nonsense since I can't actually see my units in here. I think there. Okay. this unit should be gone pretty soon. They're pretty... Firelock Armed Citizenry is pretty darn weak in this game. Firing in these heavy woods, both sides are going to have an awful hard time hitting anything constructively, so I'm not too worried about successfully hitting anything because they're not going to be able to hit me either, so all works out in the end. Let's see here. Is that cavalry? Yeah, this is Lancers over there. Need to be careful about those a little bit. I'm gonna let my unit reload so that if the Uhlans come over there, I can counter fire properly. I'm also gonna bunch these guys a little bit closer. If necessary, I can fix bayonets if these guys charge right in and probably do good damage against them. Same thing on this flank. If I have to, I can fix bayonets in the 9th over here. Let's see here. Those pikes are starting to advance. It's a little bit worrisome. Looks like they're heading towards my Pandoras. They're gonna get some good fire against them though before they can close into melee with those guys. Melee units in this game are kind of funny because they're a little bit all or nothing. If they get into melee mostly intact, they'll absolutely shred enemy units. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, there's a Maratha Rush army that's used to be quite popular back when people played this game. Basically just a whole bunch of Maratha, the prime Maratha swordsmen, just completely wreck everything. Just charge right in. You'd have like a bunch of really cheap peasants in front of them. They just absorb fire while your troops came in, and then the like Maratha swordsmen would just come in and destroy the enemy. Completely unfair. Oops, these guys need to get in a different position. Let's get into a firefight with these Firelock Armed Citizenry over here. Firelock Armed Citizenry, I'd never worry too much about how well they're doing. They just are so bad. Let's see here. These Lancers are making me very nervous since I have to keep an eye on them. They can do really, really nasty havoc if they get anywhere near these Pandoras unchecked, so... Now, let's see if I can do this, though. Nope. Backed off. Good. Is it broken or shattered? They're broken. Crap. Okay, so this is going to continue taking a while. One of the good things, though, is that these guys are going to run out of ammunition pretty soon, because Firelock Armed Peasants are using a gun that just has like 6 bullets per peasant, so not really exactly good value for their shots in terms of that. Okay. My guys, on the other hand, are like still have over half their ammunition. They're fine. Dishing out good damage. Now, I'd be able to do this faster if I could do this decisively, just charging quickly against those pikes, but I'm really worried about losing in melee combat against them, because they can do pretty good work in melee combat. And I can't use my guns afterwards because I'm still using the plug bayonets, so blame it on my lousy technology. Okay, how are these guys doing? These guys are holding out a long-ass time. Okay. We are sort of slowly closing them into a tight circle, though, so maybe I could charge in soon. This game very, very much emphasizes being able to fire in enfilade against your opponent, and if you can, you're going to cause a huge amount of destruction. Oh shit. I think I've spooked their walls. Okay, good. The thing is their general's in that unit and they don't like committing their general, the AI, typically, so we should be able to continue on as we sort of are for a little while longer. Okay, we need to charge our units in the lead here. Get everybody in to help. Pandoras are not terrible at melee. Like, they're good enough to beat Firelock Armed Citizenry under these circumstances. And I fix bayonets and countercharge these pikemen, so the problem is that we're now down all our shooting, so that's not necessarily good, but it's not bad either. Okay. We can't reattach our guns, get our guns going again, and all we've got are these crappy bayonets now. So we can't force these guys into combat by shooting at them. So take out these guys first, since they're sort of running right through one of our units. Okay, we've sort of caught these guys up. We can start laying fire into them with these irregulars over here, so that will be good. Okay, those pikemen are just gone now. Okay, now this city is now ours, basically. And here we go, basically. Walking in with our pikes at the level. And yeah, that should be... These guys using like plug bayonets? Yeah, they are. Huh, don't see the graphic for them. It's supposed to be there. Well, these are Ulans and they haven't gotten their charge, so this is going to be really bad for them. Polish Lithuanian Ulans, they've got pretty high stats actually, so it's not necessarily going to be that easy. Our general's dead, that's fine, whatever. You know what? I don't really care. These guys were... Well, it's kind of irritating, but whatever. Generals are pretty easily replaced in this game, and they die pretty quickly of like old age or whatever, so it's not too big a deal if you lose them. Alright, there we go, that'll be the battle. Yeah, and there's their general dead. So whatever units they had that were not actually fleeing, that's going to be the end of them. Okay, and we're taking a city, so that is the last we need to do. We wipe out any forces by default after that. Now this is going to be a little bit peculiar because I capture the city, but my only surviving unit gets disbanded because my general died. So I don't know if I actually get to take the city this turn. This will be interesting. I've never done this before. Okay, so I think my general automatically comes back to life for the purpose of taking over the city. Yeah, he does. That's amazing. Okay, so he got a surgeon as an ancillary. I think that's their explanation for how he's not dead. Because by all rights, he sort of should be. Okay, so we can't upgrade that road yet. And next turn we'll be able to get these guys in there, and that should help us stabilize them. I don't think they're ridiculously unhappy. -10, that's actually pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be able to do that and then eliminate taxes there, and that ought to finish that off. So over here, I don't really feel like I can do anything to that very safely, so I'm going to have to rely on the fact that they can't really do anything useful there either. So yeah, let's check our diplomacy though. We might be able to get Poland to leave us alone, which is all I really want at this point. I don't want to push over to where I can get attacked by Russia, because that's sort of the last thing we need right now. And like all they've got are 3 provinces, and they're all sort of adjacent to Russian borders, and that'll make Russia sort of pissed off at us, because they are Polish allies. If we have to, though, taking over Vilnius would not be too terrible. So we'll hit end turn, and I think that after we see what's going on here, we'll end the Let's Play for now, since that seems like we've made quite a bit of progress. We've taken over Gdansk, which splits over our Prussian enemies in half in a way that is going to be a little bit more difficult for them to deal with, since normally it's pretty easy for them to take it from Poland, but it'll be harder for them to take it from me, I think. They've got an open border agreement from us right now, so it's not like it's impossible for them to do anything tricky to us, but we'll have to see. I think rebels also are going to pop up in our in Warsaw right now, so the fact that they've got these spread out forces to harass me is kind of annoying, since they're going to be difficult to get rid of, but we'll see. So many NPC nations in this game, and a lot of them are fairly minor. They go away pretty quickly, but some of them are probably going to stick around a lot longer than you'd think. Like Saxony just sort of lasts, unless you take them out yourselves. And that's not necessarily a good idea, since people in this game really start to hate you diplomatically if you take people over. It's like you're not allowed to conquer anything. It's kind of absurd. Okay, we got a new gentleman. Perfect. And he's in Gdansk. That's for some reason. Let's see here. All the way down here is where he needs to go. Research. That'll take him a little while. Letter of demands, West Prussia. Weaver's Cottage is done in Austria. Trade routes raided, that's fine. Rebellion in Poland. That's a pretty big rebel army with 2 cannons, Uhlans. That's a pretty decent army, on all honesty. It's not going to be fun taking that out. Now we got -4 happiness here, so we can cancel taxes there, and that will fix that. Workers are on strike in West Prussia, but that's fine, we've just fixed that. And we've now got their wealthy Weaver's Cottage, so na-na-na-na-na. Alright, so I'm not sure if I can safely attack this turn, but I would really like to. The big problem that I'm going to have with attacking right now is that since they've got these armies all sort of spread out throughout Warsaw, they're going to have an opportunity to try and snipe off buildings that I would otherwise be able to stop them from if they just had the one army. So I'm going to have to sort of prioritize things. Like, for instance, I need to defend this wealthy school here, even though I would love to make it not a school so that I have a wealthy industrial building. I need to defend that against these guys so they don't raid it, because they're working on this crucial technology here in Krakow, Graz as well, but that's easy to defend for me. I need to probably take out at least one of these 2 armies so they don't join together, and then attack me in combined arms force, or combined effort. And I need to take out these armies in such a way that I either take them both out, or I can retreat back into the safety of Warsaw. So what I'm going to do probably is take out these guys first. If I can get from there to there, get to the second army, I'll take them both out one by one. If I can't reach the second army, I'll be able to return to Warsaw after I kill the Janusz Czubek army, and hopefully that will give me the opportunity and breathing space I need to put down this rebellion. But anyway, that's our playthrough today of our tour through time through Austria, which is growing quite big, but admittedly the extent of the Holy Roman Empire at its peak, quite a bit more territory than we're currently controlling. Much more of Germany was under their control, so we're going to have to work on catching up to the old Holy Roman Empire that we once were, essentially. Hopefully we'll be able to do it, but if not, who knows. Anyway, I hope you found this enjoyable, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.